It's in the game.
Give me a break, need another life. Oh, need another life. Give me a break, need another life.
So here we are then, live from Wembley. It's our first final of the season for the Carabao Cup. Arne Slot takes his Liverpool side to win his first trophy as Liverpool manager, but he's got to beat the master Pep Guardiola and his Manchester City side. So we take a bit of a detour from our usual coverage this season to bring you the first final of the 2024-25 football season, and it's Manchester City taking on Liverpool. Pretty much a more expected really affair when you think about it. Manchester City and challenging for the title. Liverpool probably a bit more of a surprise considering they're in a transitional phase under new manager Arne Slot, and whereas he hasn't really hit the ground running in terms of the league, winning this here today would certainly change that trajectory. To be fair, he has inherited a very good squad, but at the same time, you've got to give him tremendous credit for the job he has done, considering almost no one had really heard of him before. It's going to be the traditional 11 today. We're going to see the likes of Alisson and Mo Salah and Sobolewski and the rest in a full strength Liverpool side. Virgil van Dijk, of course, the main man in the centre of defence as well. Some really good players for Liverpool on the bench. There's a couple of Liverpool youngsters there that we really should be looking out for in the future. I think his name is Harvey Elliott, I believe. Keep an eye out for him. He's got a very bright future in front of him. And it's the same kind of deal for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. Of course, Erling Haaland is the man up top today. But of course, Manchester City are 0 for 2 in cup competitions because they lost the Community Shield against Manchester United. And they have kind of kept Arsenal on their heels throughout the rest of the season, though. Since then, they really have pushed on, but they eventually were overhauled by Arsenal. But they take a detour from their league escapades today to try and get this first trophy down of the season. Yeah, but Liverpool, certainly no slouches. So here we go for the first, well, it's the second trophy actually of the 24-5 season that we bring to you, because of course we did bring to you the Community Shield between the two Manchester clubs, in which Manchester United won in the end. It turned to be a very, very, very small blip or bleak of great happiness in a season that has been very dreary for Manchester United ever since. Whereas Manchester City go on to possibly win this trophy today. And that would just really dampen the spirits at Old Trafford even more. And even though, as we said in the previous fixture, the Women's Super League team is doing the business, it's still been a very below par year by Manchester United's stellar high standards in the past. But here today, this will sting, for Manchester United fans. The biggest matchup in the English game, of course, Manchester United and Liverpool, and one of the fiercest rivalries in the English game to go with it. And of course, the noisy neighbours just across the road, very much or more or less, well, across the town, I would rather say, in Manchester City, or the other side of the city, we should say. Erling Haaland shot there, and I said, he had to think about it, didn't he? Well, as we said, we've got to give Arne Slot tremendous credit for the job he has done. It's one thing to inherit a good squad, but it's another to kind of put it into practice and come out the other side a cup-winning team. And Liverpool are 90 minutes away from that. to kind of doing that today. So for Arne Slot, I would call this a very successful debut season. We have a new manager bounces, but that's normally over a course of a few games. Liverpool have definitely done that for the entirety of the season, even if their league position doesn't tell so. It's certainly been a good first year for Slot as the Liverpool manager. And now all he needs to do now is win this one. It's going to be no easy feat. Pep Guardiola is a legend of the game for a reason. Always getting the best out of situations, even when they look pretty dire, should we say. But City season has been far from that. But Arsenal have just really strengthened in the areas where they needed to. And that's why the league table is as it is right now. Oh, Gakpo, what a brilliant turn. Here's Nico. I don't think that's Nico Williams that has been kind of the talking point over the course of the year in terms of transfer windows. With Arsenal, City, Manchester United, and even Newcastle United, I think, all in kind of the rumour mill for him. And Salah, explosion of pace here. Luis Diaz has found Gakpo. Good save by Ederson. In comes Mo Salah, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool. And it's that man again. Mo Salah, 1-0. There's an inevitability about it. It's a good save from the keeper. But being called out of position is easy pickings for Mo Salah. Low and hard into the back of the net. Nothing the keeper could do about it. Gakpo's shot was definitely had some zing on that one. You can understand why Ederson probably only had to push it out. So it's a good save by him initially. But Liverpool's favourite son, or at least one of their favourite sons, alongside the likes of Steven Gerrard, Mo Salah, makes it 1-0. And, well, don't count City out of it yet. But Liverpool have the lead. And, well... And Mo Salah really has been Liverpool catalyst for many years now. And looks like he could be adding his page to another piece of silverware to his ever-growing trophy cabinet, to be honest. Here's Bernardo Silva. McAllister will take this free kick. Here's Carabao. It's a good looking ball, but Ter's got there first. Now City look to ping the ball forward, but Erling Haaland is not even in a striker's position to try and make advantage of it. They were moving a lot faster than he probably expected. He was on the halfway line there. And Trent putting that out for a throw. A few rumours swirling around of Trent possibly off to Real Madrid. It's only a rumour, mind you, but my goodness, what a turn out for the books that would be. There's Diaz. And Luis Diaz is strolling into the box. Ederson makes the save. And I thought the referee had given a penalty, but I think it's a corner. Diaz gets there, and then the ball pings around. Who touches it last? I think that's a corner. And it's not as a goal kick. I thought Diaz had touched it on the way down, but the referee has signalled, probably for a VAR check, and it's a goal kick. Well, Manchester City did beat Arsenal to get here. It was a back-to-back between the two, to be fair. And Arsenal probably, they would say, they took the more important fixture in the league, considering that gave them the top of the table mantra at the end of that. It's just a shame that Newcastle United have fallen a bit behind. But again, Eddie Howe, very much like Erne Slot, has done a fantastic job. I don't think it'll be long before we see Eddie Howe's name amongst the top teams. Personally, I think Arsenal would be a prime destination for someone like Eddie Howe. And that's a really good save there. I mean, Manchester City, I don't think, well, however dire it might get for Manchester City at one point, they're not going to let go of Pep Guardiola. Unless it really gets really bad, in which I don't think it ever would for Manchester City with the resources they have. Not just on the pitch, but in the boardroom and the money. They have the resources, even with a lot of charges hanging above their heads. Honestly, I don't think a lot's going to come of it. And I don't think a lot can, to be honest. There's been all this talk of maybe over the last decade erasing pretty much all of Manchester City's kind of honours, if you like, but that's rewriting the entire history book. And man, it would be a lot of ways to figure that out. That would give Manchester United and Arsenal. It would give Manchester United 2 titles, one under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I believe, and the other under Jose Mourinho. And Arsenal would get one as well. I think Arsenal would get last season's anyway. Maybe they would even get 2, actually. So, my goodness, I don't know if anything does come of that, then get out your history books, because there's going to be a lot of changes to it if that is the case. But it would have to be really, really bad to kind of come to that. But I don't know. Honestly, City's spending is nothing new. It's not like the likes of Arsenal and Manchester United were spending the big pounds in their heyday, you know. But I think, to be honest, it is a new era of football. We're trying to cap the amount of spending and, you know, all this kind of stuff. But it's not actually something... Oh, that's a good save by Ederson. It's not something that, you know, it's just football's doing. Everyone's doing it. Formula One was doing it. And, of course, they had their rumblings with the cost cap in 2022 when Red Bull broke it. They only got a fine and some reduced wind tunnel time for that, which I think was probably the fairest thing to do. Of course, everyone else, there was 2 other teams in the cost cap breaches, and they got nothing. So I'm not sure how they worked that out. But Red Bull were the big benefactors of that. Meanwhile, we have a possible booking here for Bernardo Silva. It's actually gone off. Wow. Well, it's one of those, isn't it? We've seen a lot of that this season. And Jack Grealish, as a result, is getting a bit of an early call-up than he initially thought. And Jeremy Doku's the man going off. So, well, Manchester City, they've had a man sent off now. That's Bernardo Silva, and that spells trouble. And Gakpo, with a brilliant strike, but deserved the goal. What a hit. Ederson would have done very well. He did very well to even get anywhere near that, as near as I could see. But that was a stunning strike, and that would have been really curtains for Manchester City there. I mean, it might still be Bernardo Silva, an influential part of his City side every time he steps on the pitch. And meanwhile, while we were talking about other things, that was all happening. The drama here in the Carabao Cup final. Here is Ruben Diaz. And Trent Alexander-Arnold gets there. Liverpool are probably going to run into some pockets of space they probably didn't think was going to be there. Here's Mo Salah again. Oh, it's the magician Mo Salah with a second. The guy's a wizard. That's a brilliant strike from Mo Salah. Vintage. And Liverpool fans looking. Oh, what a strike from Mo Salah that is. The man could do no wrong. Look at the space he has. All the time in the world to line this up. Still went round his defender and the goalkeeper. It's once again, it's sensational from Mo Salah. Liverpool up by 2-0. And now with a man advantage, I think we know where the Carabao Cup could mostly be heading this year. Don't count City out, it's not over yet. But Liverpool certainly have maybe their fingertips on the trophy right now. And what a strike from Mo Salah to see, not to seal it, but to certainly strengthen their hold on this trophy. But here comes Erling Haaland though. And Gravenberch has done a fantastic job to force it out for a corner, let's be honest. They still have Foden and Haaland out there, City. And they've been certainly the damage inflictors in the matches we've shown this season involving City. And here's Haaland with a header. And I think it was Phil Foden who scored one of the goals against Manchester United in the Community Shield. And I think he got one or two in the matches against Arsenal as well. Carabao, and look at that. Manchester City having all of the ball, and yet they're two goals down and the man down as well as the fourth official looks to put up the board. 4 minutes of added on time. Gakpo with a tremendous touch. Now he's through. Diaz has called up with him, and unfortunately the cross wasn't that good. Players to Grealish, Salvino, and Virgil van Dijk gets to clear that one up. Diaz to Trent, now Diaz again, and look at the amount of space Gakpo has, and Ederson denies him again, and we'll get to that first, just about keeping that in the realms of play, and that is it for the first half. You have to say, Liverpool are dominant in the scoreline. Manchester City were dominant in possession. But it's what Liverpool do with the ball that has counted. 2 goals and a man up at the break. This very much looks like theirs to lose. Welcome back to the Wembley Stadium, the new Wembley Stadium incidentally, even though it's not really that new anymore. But welcome back to the Carabao Cup final in a detour from our kind of scheduled coverage. To bring you more finals than ever before. This is the second one we're showing this season. The Community Shield isn't really a final, but it is a trophy. But it's the first real official season final that we're showing. And it's Liverpool against Manchester City. And Liverpool have all the cards in their hands. 2-0 leaders, thanks to 2 brilliant goals from, of course, Mo Salah. And Bernardo Silva got his marching orders and was sent off in the middle of the first half as well. And from that position, this really does look like Liverpool's to lose. Doesn't mean they won't, or they still could, obviously, but they are firmly in the driver's seat right now. We know how resilient and powerful City are. They've still got Erling Haaland and Phil Foden out there, which, as we said earlier, the 2 big damage inflictors in our coverage for Arsenal and Manchester United respectively in the Community Shield for United, and the 4 games that we've had between Arsenal and City so far. 2 Carabao Cup semi-finals to get here. Semi-final legs, that is. I personally think we should take that 2-legged kind of semi-final away. It doesn't really add much. Soboleski, oh, and another stunning goal by Liverpool. And another stunning goal for Soboleski as well. Well, Liverpool have been on a different level to City today. And I don't think I pronounced his name right. I don't even know if I should try, to be honest. But Soboleski, I'm going to call him, has scored. And Liverpool well on their way to celebrating this trophy at the end of it. And Erne Slot would cap off a very decent season for a man that no one had really heard of before up to now. He was very much an unknown factor, Erne Slot. Not that he wasn't good, but it certainly caught me by surprise when they announced he was replacing Jurgen Klopp, and we are going to miss that man. I certainly will, even if he did manage Liverpool. If I had my pick, I certainly would have picked Jurgen Klopp at one point. I think it was around 2013-14 that Liverpool signed him. I certainly would have made the suggestion that Jurgen Klopp should have been United manager in that time. But he picked Liverpool instead, and of course, when you think about it, they reaped the benefits. A league title in most recent years, which was thoroughly deserved, I feel. Absolutely thoroughly deserved. And of course, now today, Carabao Cup winners. And of course, Liverpool are the holders, don't forget, because they won it last season. So, in a very rare event, it looks like the holders of a competition are actually going to retain it for another year. And certainly on today's evidence, you have to say it's thoroughly deserved. Because Mo Salah has been tremendous all day. Soboleski's got a third, and the sending off of Bernardo Silva already proved a very telling point on its own as well. Marmarouche. Skip past his man. Haaland keeps the ball. Little City doing very well, but unfortunately, it's given away in the end. Mo Salah, not the greatest of clearances though. It was only out as far as Jack Grealish. Now there's Marmarouche again. And here comes Haaland. Oh, it's a save by Alisson. Tremendous save again. Oh, it is a vintage Alisson save. Kevin De Bruyne is coming on for Nunes. Well, Haaland's had more shots. Gakpo's had 2 less shots and no goals for either, but the goals are coming in other forms for Liverpool instead. And a good save by Alisson there. Gakpo, brilliant touch. Soboleski. He's to Luis Diaz, and look at the space. Mo Salah has here. Oh, he's another beauty from Mo Salah. The guy's a magician. 4 goals and 3 for him. Mo Salah. Absolutely unbeatable. Look at this. Bang. Nothing Edison could do. Mo Salah. Oh, it's beautiful on that camera view. The guy's a wizard. And everything he touches turns to goals today. Egyptian King, they call him. Yep, I would say that was correct. That's a very apt name for what he's been able to do today. He's been the king on this football pitch, providing with some spectacular goals. And Liverpool are absolutely rolling. Up by 4 goals to 0. And City do not have an answer for Liverpool today. Melvin Betch, great tackle on Foden there, I think. Diaz. Oh, reburst with acceleration from Luis Diaz here. Edison is able to save from everyone except Salah today. And Soboleski for 1. But for everyone else, he's denied a goal. Here's Haaland. And you have to do better than that to pass Virgil van Dijk with a shot like that. And Dijk has had very little to do, to be fair. It's been almost Salah, to be honest. Here's Trent. And Salah's with him. And he tries to cross, but Ederson gets to the ball first. It's Foden. Gravenberch. Van Dijk to Konate. Callister, another great youngster from the Liverpool ranks. Liverpool's another good proving ground for young players. Almost rivaling Manchester United and Old Trafford, but not quite. Although these days, the academy players have certainly been good, but the calibre of the class of '92 in particular has been a bar too high since then, to be fair. Some say that only Paul Pogba has come anywhere close on his own. According to Paul Pogba, didn't amount to much in the ways of constant winning. They did win that Europa League under Jose Mourinho and the Carabao Cup here as well, but the league title continued to elude Manchester United and has done ever since. Well, it's only a small trophy until you win it, the Carabao Cup, to be honest. It's still a trophy, and the likes of definitely the Newcastles of the world would certainly take it. I kind of wish we were doing that right now, but with Newcastle on the rise they're in, but unfortunately, I think they got either Liverpool or Manchester City on their way here. In fact, I think it might have been Manchester City or United, actually. But Eddie Howe's time has to come at some point, surely. Let's hope so. But of course, we've got to kind of recover from the loss of Isak. I mean, they've done very well to do that, to be fair. He's showing the ball a bit too much of the ball there and lost possession, but it's all good. It's all good for Liverpool on the scoreline, I mean. Well, Liverpool have been on another level today, and they've really much strolled this match. Mo Salah doing pretty much 90% of the work, to be honest. Here he is again. Zalewski trying to get a second. He took too long with the ball. And now Haaland is away. He'll have it all to do all on his own, really. And he couldn't do it. Konate got the ball there. So substitutes warming up for Liverpool for the final 10 minutes. And Robertson puts the ball out so they can be made. And it is Nunez for Diaz, Harvey Elliott for Ryan Gravenberch, and Sivileski has gone off as well. So triple substitution for Liverpool there. I think it was Endu that came on, which was the third man. Certainly was for Sivileski there. Don't think I pronounced his name right. I do apologise. Here is Trent. Salah to Elliott. No, that's Elliott. I think it was Endu that had the ball first. And De Bruyne to Haaland. Haaland with a shot! And Alisson had to tip it over the bar. I'd like to see a replay of that. I'm not sure the save was absolutely necessary. But Alisson just wanted to make sure. Foden with the corner, out to Haaland with the header. And the headers in this game have certainly been a talking point. YouTuber, fellow creator, well, not fellow creator, but definitely curator, MGH, Arsenal fan. It's probably, if he's been watching our coverage this season, which is very unlikely, he's been rather critical of the headers in this game. I have to agree. Great breaking of the fourth wall. Anyway, here's De Bruyne. And Liverpool just 4 minutes plus away from an emphatic win in the end, to be fair. All the brilliant work of the magician, and his Mo Salah. And Haaland produced a bit of magic on his own there. He actually missed the first hit and got the second one off, and it was actually going out for a corner off Van Dijk. Wow. Oh, that's a great recovery to get that shot off in the end. Well taken there by Alisson. Found Nunez, but Nunez's touch was too heavy in the end. He lost the ball. Now here's Foden. Mate. It's fun to go to Jack Grealish, and now Kevin De Bruyne. And that's City's afternoon. Well, it was certainly a strike from Kevin De Bruyne, but it wasn't really a threatening one. Well, Liverpool here today have been on another level, and Mo Salah has made it all his own work. Erne Slot came in as a relative unknown to everybody, ended up being a surprising pick by the Liverpool board. But here today could be the start of the first step in proving what a great choice that was. As we said at the top of the show, yes, he has inherited a very good squad in this Liverpool side with the likes of Mo Salah, Darwin Nunez and the others. But Erne Slot has come in and made it work, and Mo Salah gets a fourth just to round things off today. 5 of the best, and 4 of them in particular for Mo Salah. He has had this game all for himself, and proven just why he is the great player he is. Mo Salah makes it 5, and Liverpool, as we said, emphatic winners in the end. And all that's left now is just to run down the clock for the final 2 minutes, plus maybe a little bit extra. But Liverpool have retained the Carabao Cup. It's a rare event, but when you come off one of the greats in Jurgen Klopp, and then a possible real gem in Erne Slot, to be honest, certainly made his mark this season. Coming from a relatively unknown situation to now making it work in his first season as Liverpool manager. Erne Slot has made Liverpool winners for the 24-25 football season. An emphatic win in the end. Mo Salah, just pieces of magic. Everything he touched turned to goal today. Manchester City were nowhere near them. And is this the start of another Liverpool, it could be dynasty really, it wouldn't be a new one, because it's very much the same team that won this just last season, to be honest. So is it another possible big era for Liverpool? And this now, on trophy honours, probably now, I would say, for almost a certainty, now, this makes Liverpool, once again, the most successful club in England. Well, when Manchester United signed Alex Ferguson back in the 80s, the objective was to knock this team off their perch. He did that, but it looks like now, with this win, I could be wrong, but with this win, they've got their perch back. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ruben Almiron and even the Glazers, they have to witness this and wonder where it all went wrong. And it is going to take some time to sort that out. But for today, Liverpool are back as, well, the club with the most trophies. That's incredible. maybe it's their proof that the new manager system can work. And Arne Slot has achieved something that very few can do, and that's sustained success leading to this in your first season. That's not too shabby at all. Liverpool 5, City 0.